PlayStation finally revealed Marathon, and it is a massive fail. That's right. This is not a drill. They went ahead, and after all these months, if you guys remember, I told you a while back that one of the YouTubers that covers Halo went to Bungie months ago, like last year, months and months ago, to go play Marathon. And then we didn't hear shit forever. And then they had another play session. And that's where this is based off of, I guess. And now we finally got the gameplay reveal. Now we actually understand what this game is. We didn't know. We just had this real shit teaser trailer, right? So we didn't really know what the game was going to be. We knew it was going to be an extraction shooter, but we didn't know what that meant. So let me go ahead and get this. I just read Broke Boy. Oh, there's a few things. I'll get to your stuff. Let me just keep this going because there's a few in there. So they finally reveal it. Okay, we all got to watch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna click it. We're gonna watch what was done here. Okay, so let's. Whoa. Now, Marathon is officially going to be releasing on September 23rd. Are you ready to watch this? If you haven't watched it, we're gonna watch it together. This is the trailer for Marathon.
The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours.
What are we watching, guys?
Run.
This character might just go ass. So.
The crazy thing is that they had people play it and then they worked on it more from the feedback. What in the Splatoon are we watching? This is crazy.
Yeah.
September 23rd, 2025.
So
they had people play this game and then they went back and we kept wondering what's going on. Why are they not talking about it? Obviously, they got some feedback. They worked on it. This game looks like a rough draft of an idea that they want to go ahead and kind of put together and work on. Dude, this is rough.
It's
so rough.
Boring, bro. Like, and again, this is a trailer. Understand, this was cut. This was
to make it look exciting,
let's make it look dope,
inviting, and
that's
make
how
people want to play.
The game actually is that this was the best that they can do for the reveal trailer.
The reveal trailer for Concord looked better than this.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this looks like a high-end AA indie game. It's kind of what it looks like.
It really does. Like, you think about them and you say to yourself, you know what? They got next generation console. Is this coming out on the old systems too?
It's gonna be on the Switch too, so it might as well.
It is, right? It's going on other platforms.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be on the Switch as well, so it might as well be on the PS4. I mean, I don't see anything graphically where it couldn't.
It's not right. Like this is next. They have a next gen console. Like, look at how bad it just looks so bad. Like, I don't even know how you can. I don't know how you could pretend and say that shit look good. I really don't know. Animation looks
look at Cage and Vampiro Borracho says my first graphics design class.
Facts.
Damn.
Bro, come on, man. Like everything, look at the levels. They're so uninspiring. They're so whack.
That's wild.
They're so boring.
You took the word right of my mind. It's uninspiring. What is there that
they can't even leave bodies? They're like, you know what? We gotta get rid of these fucking bodies. There's no way we can leave these things here. Go ahead. Sorry, baby.
No, it looks like ass. Like, come on, man. Like, what is creative? What is inviting about this? Nothing at all. And they're charging for it. They're not even putting it out there for free. So to see what people like, if people want to even play it, I think this would be, though, if they have it out there for free, the same as Foam Stars. The same situation where no one went in, no one played it. And it's crazy because, with Astrobot, we were talking about how they kind of ripped off Mario and they had a lot of, similarities there. And with Foam Stars, we were like wondering, Splatoon, is this what they're aiming for? This, I get the same vibe with the ink and all the others. It's like, what are they trying to do? It's just like they don't know how to do anything but copy what it's already out there without elevating it. I don't see the fun. It again, to me, it just looks like a rough draft, like of something that should not be out. Definitely should not be coming out this year. And I'm not sure that if they had years to work on it still, they will get it together and make it appealing. It would just be throwing money out the window.
Yeah, I get the perception that this was the game that they were like kind of working on the side when PlayStation purchased them, and they probably were working on Destiny 3 in some aspect. That was probably what they were preparing to make. But Sony was like, no, we want our own new IP from you guys. We don't want, you guys to do Destiny again. Focus on this, and then we'll get back to Destiny. That's kind of the feel that I get. This doesn't feel like a game that's been like in development for 5 or 6 years. It feels like a game that's like 3 or 4 years into development, and it's like, all right, we'll push this out and we'll provide updates as the game lives on, because it's going to be a live service game anyway.
I agree with that. I feel like this was a pivot. If you remember, years and years ago, they had we had heard that they were working on a new world, right? A new game, right? And the fact that they were if you're saying you're working on this new world, right? That means you're building lore. That means you're building up a universe, right? But then it turned out that it's just Marathon, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like a pivot. It sounds like, oh shit, this is not working out. Let's just go take our old ass game that no one remembers. That was a single player experience. Take the name and make some whack ass excuse of an extraction shooter to go ahead and do that. The graphics look like shit because it doesn't look like they spent any time developing for the next generation. Looks like they got caught up in whatever they were making and they got either canceled it, or, I mean, think about it. You think the main team that was that made Destiny wasn't working on shit? They had to be working on whatever was next.
Yeah.
This is a separate team, and I mean, it speaks for itself.
It does.
How fucking whack this shit looks. But there's another video. I'm gonna play this one too. Okay. This is them. God bless you, baby. In this tweet, they say this is Marathon.
Oh my gosh! Come
They
on.
had to turn off comments for this one. I have to imagine.
Did they?
I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of comments, and it's from the 12th. So
yeah, let's see.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Cethi 4. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. No two runs in Marathon ever play out the same, and you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
What?
Marathon is a
No,
team-based...
thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. I saw someone said, is this PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced?
Oh my god.
It's
Jesus.
like, I don't even think any
you can't make
enhancement can save this monstrosity.
Bro, you can't make this shit up.
No.
You can't make this shit up.
This is rough, to say the least. Like, this is, but I can understand PlayStation feeling like, we scooped up Bungie, which, by the way, I said it right. Like, this was the worst investment they could have possibly made.
Facts.
And I feel like maybe they felt like, all right, you've made other bangers. What are you going to bring that's new to the table that's going to turn things around for us?
Big facts. Let me bring up Cupid's victim.
And they didn't have a damn thing.
Did Phil Spencer see this trash game and say hard pass when Bungie was on sale? Yo, you know that this was PlayStation looking at this like, oh shit, this is our next Star Wars. This is it, guys. We got this shit. Let's buy them.
You cannot possibly think like that Phil is going to pass on something and you're going to say, this is what I'm going to scoop up. The moment Phil passed on them, PlayStation should have done the same.
Bro, if this was at the Switch 1 launch event, you would have been like, damn, they're really not using the power of the Switch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how bad this shit looks. This is really a problem. Let's get some of the homies because I see some comments in here we need to hit up. Okay, so I'll get Do You. Kane now, the Broke Boy Insider with that $2 super chat. Oh, you already did this one, right? I'm not gonna go back. Look at this abuse. Raiden Blade with that £2 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for being here, man.
Raiden Blade, what's up, love?
The rebranding of SIE should be abandoned. Yes, 100%. That's just like their MO. Wait till this one goes to shit.
Yeah.
Bungie's fucked, bro.
They are.
Unless there's some type of big ass community of people who like garbage, then this will succeed. Do you K now, the Broke Boy Insider with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says, CMoney, when you have to look for chapters, we get bored. I understand. It's okay, but the shouldn't be making fun of me. You know what I'm just saying? You don't have to attack me. You could just, tell each other jokes that have nothing to do with me. I'm just saying that's a good possibility. Dave Reezy with that too. Appreciate you, fam. Says, repent after watching this wet doo-doo in grass. Oh my God. This is the truth. That's a real problem. Space Shot with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Says, look, I have to give Bungie credit. Prototyping the game in Roblox makes a lot of sense before you put that money into it. Yo, I promise you, I can load up a Roblox game that looks better than this.
Seriously, though. But damn.
But yeah.
Damn, Space Shot.
That was vicious.
Get him.
That's vicious. Dave Reezy with that $2 super chat. I wouldn't force my worst enemy to play this trash.
Seriously.
That's real wild. It's the truth, though. Raiden Blade with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. So
Thank you,
Bungie is a better buy than ABK? Really, Jim? No. I think Jim understands now. Jim
is laughing like, yo, thank goodness I walked away from this.
Like, this wasn't my doo-doo. I left.
I think that's the thing, though. Like, as much as people love in these gallopers, like, people out there love to talk crap about Halo not being shit and like, oh my gosh, we got the next Halo killer here. Like, the reality of it is that Bungie had the resume with Halo, right? They're like, okay, so let's see what they're going to go ahead and bring to our platform. Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to go ahead and make something like that for us. it was just a one-hit wonder, you guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
They can't do it again.
Yeah, not like, I mean, obviously Halo and then Destiny, but Destiny is not something. I mean, Destiny's been out for a very long time, right? So, you know, obviously over time they just couldn't keep it interesting, and that's fine. But this is just what the fuck. Radio Blade with that £2.
This is neither.
Chat, appreciate facts. Says, remember that this was Bungie's first game before Halo. Yeah, Marathon. The homie Do You K Now, the Pro Boy side with that $2 super chat, says Marathon best played on the PlayStation 5. No freaking way. No, it's really not a good look for sure. Raiden Blade with that £2 super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Says Marathon started development in 1994. So SIE, what the fuck? Facts. Facts.
And that's where it stayed.
That is where it stayed. Bounty in the building. What's up, man?
Bunty, what's good, love?
Golden Souk, what's up, man? It says Marathon looks like a game in beta made by an indie team. That's really true. Dave Reezy with that $2 super chat says Marathon looks staler than Jim Ryan's shirt.
Oh, Jimmy Jim.
Jim ain't getting no slack, yo. Jim ain't getting no slack. Do you Kate out of the Bro Boy side says Concord Star Wars Marathon is Empire Strikes Back. This is goddamn. Just really.
This is what this solidifies. PlayStation is done.
I mean, if
come on, man,
they just don't have the ability.
Do you think that they're gonna have these developers are gonna spend money on this after everything they're gonna spend on Xbox games on their platform?
The developers don't even like multiplayer games,
unless they're Xbox multiplayer games.
Then they'll line up.
Facts. Because
they line up for Call of Duty. They lining up for Forza Horizon. You know, so they like Xbox multiplayer games.
Not this.
Yeah. This is real bad. Now there's more. There's another one
that trailer.
Yeah. Well, this one has the people. Okay. And they say in this message, creators, join us. Wow. Okay, so let's play this. Right.
Yeah, I would snipe up above. It's looking at me.
I need some bits ammo. Guys, follow me. There's a green punk right there.
Dude, look at this world and how shitty it looks.
Dead one. I hit one for the kill, but I'm 1, 2.
Yeah, I would snipe up above.
Very exciting. I think I changed my entire opinion of it now. And
those stairs look nasty.
Dude, every part of it. Bro, look at how bland is.
This is as basic as it can get.
Bro,
it's as basic as it can get.
On, man. We're fucking 5 years into the next generation. And what you say is, I'm going to make some old looking shit. You're Bungie, bro. You're not a small developer.
This is not
800 people who work there.
This is not an artistic choice. This is a fail.
Graphics. Dude.
Yeah.
This bad art style. Bad everything, dude. I don't understand. I don't understand. Now,
anyone in the chat that's digging this, like,
yeah, let me know.
Help us understand what in the bubble fuck is happening here. Because I can't. It's 2025, you guys, and we're talking about Bungie, and I can't even imagine how much they spent on this game. Is that out? Have they talked about how much money went into it?
No, they're keeping it a secret because guess what, guys? It's not good news. Okay, it's not. Yeah. They're trying to. This is what they're trying to do. Okay, this is sales, right? So they're trying to show you a bunch of stuff that they hope you love, and then once they see the reception, they hope that they're seeing everybody happy with everything. Then they're gonna be like, and guess what? You're gonna get this amazing game for only $40.
Oh, and that you couldn't give me this for free. I'm wondering how much they spent on it. Like how much money went into this game
So much
from PlayStation.
So much money.
Because that was just another mistake.
Yeah, they
like who
owned Bungie for
approved
3
this
years.
shit? Who saw this and thought this was a good idea?
This was 3 years, guys. This was 3 years under PlayStation. So as much as some people I saw try to say, oh, PlayStation, this game was being made before PlayStation. Yeah, but 3 years into it, PlayStation's been involved. Like 3 years, the last 3 years.
PlayStation could have shut that down.
Yeah, they could have.
PlayStation
could have done plenty of
asked
shit.
them to continue. This could have been a selling point for them.
Watch, this is going to cost money, guys. Okay, so what they're doing is they're putting this out right now. These people that you see, Dr. Lupo and all these other people, they all play this other game, Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah,
Tarkov, right? That's like the big one that a lot of these dudes play that love this type of game. But look at this. The homie demos. This is not Escape from Tarkov. This is another game. But look at demo. He posted this. So I've been playing Delta Force, and it's lit. This is free to play, while others want to charge you a premium price. Let's keep it real. And now let's go ahead and just look at what a free to play looks like.
Instant. Right away. You feel
graphic.
Yep.
A million times better.
Even like, let's not even get into sound.
I was just about to say
is
this.
wild.
You hear voices, people out here. Like, look at what you're like. This is way more exciting.
The sound is a part of the environment. It is alive. You feel like there is a purpose. The graphics look good.
Free.
Come on, man. Free to play. And I get it. Not everything needs to be free, but at least show up.
Multiplayer.
But at least show up in a way that it challenges that, where you can justify maybe spending some money on the game. I mean, man, gummy bears? Have you guys thought of gummy? Because I thought of gummy bears after seeing this crap.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe that wasn't so bad. That picture didn't look that bad, did it?
I mean,
man, this is all a mess.
Honestly, now look, we go back to the other one.
Look at this mess, you guys.
Go back to the other one, guys.
Give me some sound.
Oh my God.
1, 2.
AI with a snipe up above is looking at me.
Weak, bro. Weak.
Weak, uninspired.
Sounds
like they just like found some sounds they had from like
threw it
10
in
years
there
ago and like
and left the volume low.
Player.
I'm sorry, man.
That one. I hit one for the kill.
You can't seriously go ahead, charge money for something and being like, yeah, this is gonna be a good look. Like this is gonna be crazy successful.
It comes off as freaking entitlement to think that you can charge for something like this. But then again, they're out there charging for the pisser. They try to charge for Concord. That didn't play out. So this is what they think they deserve, to show up like this, and people will just lose their mind over it. It's going to be rough. The biggest problem that they have is that these, aside from this, and I think that this game wouldn't sell even if they didn't have Xbox games to play. But what they're getting a different quality of games right now. These developers, they're getting their palette is just slowly changing, and they're not going to be for this mess. The same thing is going to happen with Ghost of Yote. They're going to get their fix from other games.
Dude, Ghost of Yote, if that game comes out and it just looks more like just Ghost of Tsushima, dude, PlayStation, I really feel like they just need to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like at this point, they're just wasting their money and wasting their time.
And I think they know this. And I think these are just projects that they had in the pipeline. And Slip. Hold on 1 second. I lost it. Slip Space Games. What's up? Thank you for rocking out. Says they're trying to be Nintendo. This proves it. That's my sentiment. I felt the same way. With the ink and the freaking foam stars was the same thing with Astrobot. I feel like they're trying to hit that audience. And we brought up that this is going to be on the Switch, most likely. And I think they're trying to not necessarily appeal to their audience. They're trying to reach those Nintendo players and maybe have them start off by buying those games and then potentially maybe want to get the box, right? Maybe this is their way of luring them in, but I don't think that's going to play out either, though. This is not going to turn out the way they want it to.
Yeah, I really don't think so. It's not a good look. I do see. Hold on. We have
KC. What's good?
Space Shot in the building. Member for 6 months. Thank you, my brother.
Thank
Appreciate
you, love.
man.
Thank you.
Says Shuhei Yoshida out there thinking, remember when I was in charge of picking the games? Oh shit. Yo. I think we're all thinking the same. Dead ass. That's some real shit right there.
Shuhei.
That's some real talk. You got the homie Raiden Blade member for 16 months.
Thank you.
My dude.
That's dope.
Thank you, my brother.
That's dope.
Appreciate
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Says, I really believe that the Bungie team back in the day were only successful because of Xbox. Destiny was only successful because of it exclusive and SIE. So honestly, you're very right, Raiden Blade. A lot of people don't know it, but Bungie literally did not want to release Halo the way Halo was released.
Mm-hmm.
They were fighting against it. They wanted to release their original shitty looking version of it. It was really Xbox who pushed them to make the game the way they ultimately made it.
So if it were up to them, the game wouldn't be what it is.
Exactly.
So you're absolutely right. If it wasn't for Xbox, Halo wouldn't be Halo, right? At least not the Halo we know.
And listen, Destiny was new, right? And it was riding off the high of Halo.
Exactly. Yes. Because I even said it. I said it to you. See, I'm like, this is like a cheap knockoff, right? That they're going ahead and trying to come in with, and kind of ride the coattails for sure. But now they're lost, right? Because where do we go from here? I think that, it's a testament to how much help they got when it comes to Halo, that they can't come close to what they had there.
Seriously. Yeah, it's a God, man, it's a fucking problem. I mean, let me do this. Let's get before, because we've seen the videos, we've seen a comparison with Demo putting up that footage from Delta Force, free to play game. This game is not going to be free. It is going to cost money. There's a tweet from Wario64 where he says Marathon is going to launch as a premium product, meaning players will be asked to pay full price. That's from an article from GameSpot. Marathon will have a battle pass and 3 maps. 4th map arriving shortly after launch. Why not just fucking have it ready? It says it looks like Marathon pricing wasn't announced at the event. It's worth noting that other online titles, Helldivers 2 Concord, launched at $40, and reports last year had Marathon priced at $40, not officially announced. And then Paul Tassi says, okay, I have confirmation that Marathon is not $70, not even close. So Wario64 quoted that. And then Marathon
quote, is it close to no dollars?
I know. So Marathon wrote, Marathon will be a premium title. Marathon will not be a full priced title. We'll announce details this summer. So we're going to be getting banger ass announcements from Xbox, crazy ass, dope ass shit. And then Marathon is going to be like, hey guys, for $40. Woo! Nobody's clapping.
Doesn't this sound a lot like how they released Concord, where they just did it?
100%.
they didn't give it enough time to breathe and give enough,
100%.
time for people to play test it and give real feedback before the game comes out.
The funny thing is going to be when we find out what Xbox is going to put on their platform around that time, right?
They probably won't have to put up.
Well, no,
anything.
Marathon's releasing everywhere, so they're just gonna let it release. Listen, Xbox.
They'll probably release an update for Overwatch and COD Warzone, and
we do see that shit does have an update coming, Overwatch, but I think it's dropping soon. But I feel like when Xbox look at Marathon, like it's kind of like the same way they looked at Concord, but
they did their thing with Concord.
Yeah,
dude. They did their thing.
Marathon is coming out everywhere, and I think that it's like they have something to gain from Marathon, right? They didn't have anything to gain from Concord, so it's like bury that shit. For Xbox, remember they're not looking at it like we look at it, where we're. I mean, listen, to be clear, I'm not even looking at it that way. I'd rather Marathon have been amazing, right? Because it would have been dope to want to try it and play it. I don't think Xbox is going to really do much of shit about Marathon because they want another successful game that exists. They want another game that's going to make people spend money and do so on their platform, right? So I don't think Xbox would do anything on that same day as a, hey, let me take you out. I don't think they care. What do you think?
I disagree.
Why?
Even if they, so this is going to be everywhere. Even if it does well on their platform, it doesn't need to do well on PlayStation.
So you mean they'll release a game on PlayStation, like one of their older games, and do a drop on PlayStation around the time, you think?
Anything to F with this, for sure. Listen, it doesn't matter how dead it is. You got to stomp on it. I expect them to do something.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I don't think they will. I think it being on Xbox, I think makes it where they rather it succeed, so that they can make money off of it. But this is not competing with any of their games directly. I don't think. The extraction shooters are their own kind of thing. So
Helldivers didn't really need to sell much on PlayStation. It sold on PC.
Xbox didn't do anything for that really. But I mean, maybe. Farrell, what do you think about everything that just kind of that you saw? The idea of Marathon, what they're doing. Is this a smart move? Is this a good look for them? Where are you with this entire saga of what we've been talking about?
I don't think the game has had enough time from what we're seeing. Like the game just doesn't look good. I think Bungie is capable of giving a better product than what we're seeing. It feels like Sony's kind of rushing them because they want to get their return on investment. Because between Bungie and Firewalk, between those two, they spent close to $5 billion. So they want some money back. Because they spent 3.8 to buy Bungie. Then they bought Firewalk for a couple $100 million. Then they spent another $400 million developing the game. So you're looking at close to $5 billion between these two companies that they purchased. And I get the feeling that PlayStation is kind of making Bungie look bad. I don't think Bungie is this bad. I don't think they fell off this hard. I think it's a Sony thing.
Well, maybe Bungie's A Squad.
Am I the only one who completely Bungie is this bad? Halo wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for Xbox. And I think Bungie, because of the legacy of Halo, gets more credit than they deserve. I
don't disagree, but I just don't think as bad as Marathon.
You wouldn't think that they would show up with this type of this level of
I mean, they went from looking AAA to looking indie. I don't think that's a very significant drop off. I think there's a middle ground. There's an in between there.
But I think they got rid of the people who
They got rid of a lot of people.
A middle ground.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the problem because all the leads of Destiny are gone.
But that's the Sony thing. Sony made them get rid of those people. That's what I'm saying. Sony is the one
but like that's what you're left with now.
Yeah.
So it's like who at Bungie can be that premium person to lead this the right way. I don't think it's there. We know Sony has zero leadership that has any idea about what the fuck is going on in gaming. You know what I'm saying? They have no idea how to pick the winners, right? They are the, you know how some people have like that friend who just has like the worst luck and it's like whatever they pick, I'm gonna pick the opposite, right? Like that's Sony, right? If Sony's picking, you pick the opposite. Okay, you go the other way.
You go all in.
Yeah, you definitely go the other way. And what they're showing with this here is that they can't even copy well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Halo, they were starting something new. Xbox shifted it and guided it to the right way, but they still developed it. And the people who made Halo are no longer at the studio, right? So that's gone. Destiny, again, they were riding high off of Halo and they had ambition, right? This was something that they wanted to break away from Halo. They wanted to make something big and bold. And if you remember, when Destiny launched, it got bad reviews. It wasn't a banger right off the rip, but it had a lot of hype, right? It had a lot of hype behind it. They changed the voice. They did a whole new recording of the fucking little robot ball shit that flew around. They changed that, dude. They did a lot, and it really wasn't to that first big expansion. Was it that? I don't know if it was maybe the first or second expansion that it kind of picked up, right? And then, Destiny 2 kind of came and it started better, but it also kind of had that moment where it kind of picked up after an expansion or two or whatever. So
I bought Destiny 2 and not like it.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, and I've said this about Bungie for a while now. Specifically when they got bought to guide the live service ship was that
to guide the ship.
It didn't make any sense because even if you look at Destiny, if you look at Bungie, what they've done, Halo, they were gonna fuck it up without the guidance of Xbox. Destiny, they fucked up every time they launched the game. It wasn't until later that they got all the feedback and then fixed it to something that people ended up sticking with or liking for a while, right? And then towards the end, they couldn't even do that anymore. Every expansion launched with a problem that people didn't like, and then they tried to fix it. It was always playing catch up. So they never had the foresight to launch with something that actually worked out the box that people liked.
Yeah, and
how can they guide others to do it?
And they were also successful because they had Microsoft and then Activision backing them. Like it wasn't just them by themselves, doing these things. So I definitely agree with you there. But I mean, this is bad. This is like the longer that showcase went on, the worse it got. I think if the showcase was maybe like 30 minutes shorter and then you had like an open beta for 48 hours immediately following the show, I think we kind of be talking about the game in a different light right now, but we still wouldn't be talking about it in a positive light. It'd still be negative.
Think so. I think that you can recognize shit from a mile away.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter how small of a freaking trailer they put out. It didn't matter. We can see what is taking place here. It's just the pisser all over again. Like you can see it, you can smell it. Like this is not it. I don't think that there was any way to cover up the mess.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. And I also think, Farrell, you brought up a great point. And I think that your point tells us everything we need to know about this game. They had these streamers come out, right?
Yeah.
They flew them out and went ahead and had them come play this game. Before the end of last year, they did it. And then apparently they did it again recently. And they let these people play the game. And outside, again, like I said, outside of Skill Up, who didn't take the free flight, everybody else who was there is trying to gas up the game. But if it were in fact a game that should have been gassed up, I think exactly what you just said would have taken place. I think they would have said, and guess what? We just announced it. After all this time, it comes out in 6 months. And guess what? You can play it right now. For the weekend, for the week, whatever you want to do, go download it, go play it. Tell us what you think, because we know it's amazing. You're going to love it. Go play that shit.
Oh, what La La Land are you living in? You think PlayStation is going to come out here and do that bullshit? PlayStation wants your money first. Then you try the product, baby. This is how they hide their nonsense.
Did they announce a beta?
This was not going to happen.
Yes, they did. A closed alpha beta. You got to join their Discord.
What? So just like Concord, some bootlegged shit that you had to be the PlayStation Plus member.
You had to pre-order Concord to have access to their beta.
You had to pre-order it first. Got it.
So this is without pre-orders. So anyone can show up to the raggedy ass Discord and be able to go into the beta.
Well, it's a closed beta, so only a limited amount of people are gonna get in.
Got it. There you go.
It's not an open or
so
alpha.
They're gonna load it up with all of the developers and anyone that they feel that will go ahead and say anything positive about the freaking game.
6 months before release.
Sounds even worse, right? That's what I'm saying.
Actually,
it should be a beta. They're calling it alpha.
5 months before release.
5.
Yeah, they're saying it's an alpha right now.
So alpha, 5 months. We also know that there is no story in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally making that now. Actually, Skill Up is the one who said it. He talked to them while he was there. And no, you know what? I'm sorry. I made it seem like I didn't know when they went again. I know exactly when they went again. It was the same day as the Nintendo reveal. So they had them in New York for the Nintendo reveal, right? And then after that trip, they left and went to the other place. So they then flew to Bungie after that. So it just happened. This gameplay session just happened.
Yeah.
So they're going to go ahead and take a game that clearly is not ready for prime time.
They're going to take it from alpha to full release in 5 months.
Alpha to full release in 5 months. But they couldn't take it from beginning to alpha in 5 months. They took it's been literally 3 years under PlayStation, and it was years before that.
Yeah.
God damn. Come on, man. Come on. What the fuck are we talking about here? Let me continue.
PlayStation.
That's true. We got Moonlight Ace with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Homie says this game makes me blind. Jesus, that's real wild. Space Shot with that $2 super chat says, was licensing the human fall flat engine too much?
Oh,
that's fucked up. Dave Reezy with that too says Marathon looks like an unseasoned, undercooked Halo. Like like soup, like not even like, man, it's almost an insult. I'm actually insulted that you even put Halo in this bitch. This is so bad looking. This is really bad. This is really bad. This looks like something you would find in the toilet after the Covenant came out of the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay,
that is where this sits for me. You got the homie Heart Geek.
Yo,
me in the building. My brother, thank you for being a member for 14 months.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Homie says Bungie is so confident in Marathon. They announced the next expansion for Destiny 2 at the same time. Wow.
Damn.
So they were like, hold on, guys. Listen, I know Marathon was like, shit, man, we got something for Destiny. You know, We got something for Destiny. Please love us still. God.
This is crazy.
That's really a problem, yo.
They're
it's
like,
really
well, hold on. I mean, to put it, man, coming out when Borderlands comes out too, though, like that's.
I'm not even excited for Borderlands, but I almost feel like I want to buy Borderlands
just to double down and triple down on your non-support for Marathon.
Just to show my non-support of Marathon. I'd rather spend money on Borderlands 4, which I don't really have an interest in, and show that just don't want to spend money on Marathon.
Yeah, spend money on something else in gaming that it's not wild. Marathon, just to prove a point.
Do you, K now, the bro boy inside with that $2 super chat says Jeff Keighley has his multiplayer game of the year winner. Oh my God. They better not, man. They better fucking not.
Game has to make it more than 12 days for that.
Jesus.
Right, you are.
The homie Ryu Art Gabe.
We'll see.
Dude. Thank you, bro, for being here. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says jail torture, making them play Marathon in Concord.
Yo.
The courts were overrule that shit. They'll fucking let the motherfuckers out of jail and shit. They're like, no, that's inhumane. You can't do such a thing. God damn. The homie RC Polygon, man. I appreciate you, my brother.
Good.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for that $10
Thank
super
you.
chat. Says with Marathon releasing September, that is the release window for the next COD. COD normally release late September into late October.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
COD will crush Marathon. Xbox birthed Bungie. Now Xbox will kill them. Oh shit!
I brought you in this world. I'm gonna take you out.
Oh, I love it. Holy crap, RC. Yes.
RC, I gotta update the banner with that one right there.
Damn.
Holy fuck. Wow. Wow.
Damn.
Shit.
I feel like that should be somewhere.
Honestly.
Damn.
God damn.
Woo.
That's real wild. That's real
damn.
Wild. Love it. Bars.
Let's go. That's the energy. That's what I'm talking about.
Marathon really. You know what this is what needs to happen. This is what I want. I want Call of Duty to just make put an extraction mode into Call of Duty.
They have one in Warzone.
Do they have that? I don't even know. I don't play the other stuff.
It's in Warzone.
Oh, okay. But you got to put it in Call of Duty proper.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put it right into Call of Duty. Make it a side mode. You know what I'm saying? Just make it happen. Just to put the final nail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure. Goddamn, I keep clicking the wrong thing. I'm sure maybe Fortnite should do it too. Fortnite should make one. You know what I'm saying? Let's just box out Marathon completely.
Oh, okay. So you with me now? Okay.
I think the games in general should do that. Yes, you're right. I don't think Xbox particular, but Call of Duty is Xbox technically. So you're absolutely right. You're correct.
I think this game flopping is going to have such large ramifications for all of Sony first party, because like how can big Sony continue to allocate money towards first party expenses if they're going to keep flopping this hard? Like, when's the last time they had a big first party game sell?
I mean,
Spider-Man was big, but because of licensing, it didn't hit the blood. Yeah, so they haven't had a big first party hit in a good amount of time.
You know, I'm gonna say that I don't know. I don't know if this is so. Remember, you're gonna have this, and theoretically Ghost of Yote, and they should theoretically be releasing around the same time, right?
I don't think Ghost makes it this year, honestly, but okay.
Well, I mean, I don't think so either, but we're just playing the game that they announced it for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is funny because
by the way, we got to hold them accountable for the fact that they said that was coming out this year.
They never hit their. They usually never hit their dates.
We'll see.
But
we joked about it because we said the Ghost of Tsushima. We got 3 years of fucking trailers before the game dropped, but they're gonna go a year with a teaser trailer that nobody liked or not many people cared for. It just doesn't look likely. It just doesn't look likely. But we don't know. Maybe they're going to show another trailer and wow us. Just unlikely. Okay, it's just unlikely. I will say though, I don't know if they if Marathon comes out and doesn't do well, which we do have to leave the ability that it could actually end up doing well, at least in the beginning, from whether or not they can pull Bungie supporters, right? Because there's a lot of people who we look at Destiny and we think that it's a dead game, and then you go look at how many people are playing on PC, and it's like, okay, it's not, it doesn't have hype around it, but there's still a group of Bungie fans that exist, right?
Yeah.
And the question is can Marathon capture the Bungie fans? One of the things that Skill Up said, and listen, I'm not a Skill Up fan, but he talked about the game in a way that wasn't glazing it like some of these other dudes, so I was listening to it. And one of the things that he brought up, which we can clearly see, is that this game has nothing in common with Destiny. The only thing it has in common, he said, is the shooting. It feels like Bungie shooting, right? So he says that the shooting feels good. But everything else surrounding it, everything else around it, just does not feel like Destiny in any way. So it's like he doesn't think, and based off everything I see too, I'm in the same boat. I really don't see the relation where somebody who enjoys Destiny, I don't think they're gonna come over, especially fucking like Hargeet just said that they're doing a new expansion for Destiny. Why would Destiny players who love Destiny leave Destiny to go play Marathon, which has nothing to do with it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like outside of Bungie's hardcore Bungie supporters, who the fuck is going to play this game? We just saw the other game, Delta Squad, looks amazing. Like who's gonna leave a game like that
free to play?
That's free to play, right?
To go play Marathon.
To go play Marathon. Who the fuck's gonna do it?
Yeah, it's a funny question because I don't think Sony even knows the answer to that. And that's the issue. They don't know who wants their games. And they're trying to figure that out. And when you're releasing shit like this, it only makes it harder. Because you gotta release something quality before you're gonna actually develop an audience. And the quality bar has just gone, to the pits for them over the past recent years. Like even bring it up, even the new Spider-Man game, it launched kind of messy, with a lot of issues,
and they haven't even addressed a lot
problematic.
Of them.
Yeah,
still problematic.
Concord, I think I can't think of any other games they released recently, because they haven't released much. Everything else has been like a second party type deal where they found a game that they liked and they said, well, we'll pay to publish it. And even those games haven't released the best. Like Rise of Ronin didn't release the best.
Mm-hmm.
What's that other game?
Stellar
Blade.
Yeah, Stellar Blade didn't release the best. I mean, their cleanest game was Astrobot, but that's mainly more of a AA type game. It's not a AAA experience that Sony fans have come to expect.
I agree.
I mean, it's pretty damning when you hear it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't look like there's much of a way out.
That's the thing. And after losing so much money, another hit like this, what is that going to mean? Right? I don't know. We saw Wolverine out there. It's not looking right. So that's not promising.
And their Galactic or whatever, it doesn't look
intergalactic. Yes.
It didn't look. I won't say the game didn't look promising.
God. Yeah.
The game did not resonate with Sony people. They didn't like it. They didn't like the character. They didn't like,
She is in
season
The
2.
Last of Us.
Mm-hmm. They did like a clip of
that's where they got her
season.
from.
Okay.
She's literally that exact character. Shaved head, same woman, identical. Mm-hmm. She is it. So the person who plays her is in The Last of Us 2. I'm assuming that's the only way. That's the way that hookup happened, and that is real wild to have seen her in real life in the show, and then see her in the goddamn game. It's like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. We do have the homie Space Shot in the building with that $5, which I appreciate you, homie. Says VGAs are gonna announce a new category for 2025. Best retro graphics. Nominees include Marathon and Schedule 1. God damn, that's wild. That's real wild. And we have the homie Hard Geeks out here with that $5, which I appreciate you, brother. Says so all this time in only 3 maps.
That's it.
Wonder if everyone will pile on Bungie for not providing enough content, like 343 was pilloried, pillarized, maybe with the missing the Z.
Gonna guess spell check kind of did him dirty.
Listen, I believe you, but the point is the same. They're gonna launch with 3 motherfucking maps after all these years of making this game. You can only come up. So basically, imagine they have a map that they built to test it on, right? And then they're like, all right, let's make 2 more. Good, done. Charge for it.
Not enough, man.
3
Not
maps.
enough.
Charge for it. Come on, man. That's big time wild.
Oh no, pilloried is a word to set in a pillory as punishment. Is what it means.
I believe him. I just didn't know how to say it. Maybe if we.
I wasn't sure if it was a word or the word he was aiming to use, but it is a real word. I had to look it up.
This is what we really need. Is we need to put it in here. Pillar ride. All right. What? Pillar ride.
What are you doing, Z?
Oh, I was trying to make it talk to me and tell me how to say it, but it didn't. Sorry, forget it. I'm just gonna not say it. Yeah, at the end of the day, we know they're not gonna give Bungie the same type of smoke that Xbox gets, right? 343 always getting the smoke. Of course, PlayStation probably won't get the smoke. The question is will people show up for the party? That we don't know, right? The homie We Need Kills, man. Thank you for being a member for 5 months, bro. Appreciate you, homie. Says Marathon isn't even gonna make it a lap. Damn.
I mean, I'm with you. I
think the game could develop legs, but I don't think Sony has that type of patience to continue to pump money into it. Do I think Bungie could right the ship if you gave them enough time? Maybe.
Well, that's all they do, right? Yeah. That's basically what they do, right? So
that's basically what they need, right? And I think the problem is, we talked even when they pulled the plug on Concord, we were like, okay, so why didn't they make it free to play just to see if, people will show up in that way? Like they were just done with it. And I don't necessarily think that people would have shown up, and considering what happened with the beta that they had going on, where it was just pre-orders and then it went it turned out they took like 3 or 4 steps. It became available to anyone who wants to freaking play it, and still people didn't care for it. I don't think it would have made a difference for Concord, but it does highlight the fact that they rather just pull the plug than to go ahead and try anything else. Like they literally, and I'm assuming they did get their money back, but like they were supposed to give the money back and everything. So they rather take that route than to go ahead and, I mean, they would have had, by the way, if they made it free to play, they would have had to give that money back anyways. they would just had the whole thing lingering on, in hopes that people will show up. It's just it's messy. I get it too, not wanting to prolong the situation. You kind of just headshot, done. Don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, and honestly, I said this before, and I do believe is the truth. I think the only reason Bungie is not already essentially dead, is because they still had this game coming. And I think the way Sony's looking at it, remember, they already gutted Bungie. So Bungie has a bunch of people. I mean, there's still a lot of people in that fucking place, which is crazy. But none of the leads, none of the head people who did anything, right, are there. And they're literally just putting, Destiny into kind of like auto mode, just maintain it a little bit, come out with a little mini expansion here and there. That's what they're doing now. And it's just kind of, while they're still players, they're going. They're letting Bungie make Marathon to see if Marathon hits. If it doesn't hit, I think you're going to be seeing basically a much smaller Bungie. Like,
oh, for sure. I think. Listen, I think we're going to see that anyways. I think they're gonna get ready. Like,
well, if Marathon hits, they wouldn't do that, right?
I'm not sure. I'm sure that it depends what they consider hit, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they whatever
to
they
their
define
standards, what they need.
If it does for whatever reason blow up, and there are a bunch of hidden, people who've been dying to play a game like this, and it just blows up, then I don't think they're going to grow Bungie, but I think that they're going to just kind of keep it the status quo for as long as they could. But what are the chances of that to happen? That's where I feel like I don't know. I mean, do you think there's even a chance? Like, do you think there's a chance that could even fucking happen? That there's going to be a group of people who find this shit alluring to them?
Maybe if it were on old platforms and free to play. I don't know the price. You got to remember, Nintendo's setting new standards for for prices. So maybe they brought out $40 for Concord, and I forget what else they threw in there. I think Factions was going to be $40 as well.
I don't think we got a price for Factions.
So I don't know what other. I'm blanking out on the other game that they had in there, but if they're talking about $40, those are pre-Switch 2 prices. We may be looking at the new standard being $50 or $60. We'll see.
Yeah,
how PlayStation wants to come in
from standard price is what they were saying.
I don't think. I don't know. I personally don't see this doing well. Can it be entertaining here or there? A couple other platforms, maybe. I don't think Nintendo's going to receive this well either.
Yeah, I agree. I think the biggest problem you have is that if I'm being completely honest, I think even if this was free to play, similar to Concord, I just don't think there's anything appealing to it.
Same thing.
I think the graphics are not good. I think the character models are bad. You don't have any reason to be excited to play this, right? Besides just having a different place to shoot, Destiny, Bungie style shooting mechanics. Outside of that, that's going to get old fast, right? Like that'll die down, and then you'll be left with whatever the game is, and it just doesn't look intriguing. But at least if it's free to play, you'll have a group of people who might be willing to try it.
Yeah,
right, because it's free. So it's like, fuck it, let me go try. If I gotta pay to try, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, that world doesn't exist much anymore. Like when it comes to especially these type of games that like obviously should be free to play, but it's tough, man. It's tough out there. I said Game Pass was going to make this very difficult for people out there to want to go and spend their money. That's just a reality.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do have the homie Do UK now, the bro boy inside with that $2 super chat says, I got a little crush on Marathon Operator Glitch. Oh my god. God damn it, broke boy. Jean-Marc Luis with that $2 super chat says, my motherfucking people, Xbox the best box all day. Facts.
What's up, love? Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Bars.
Absolutely. And do UK now, the broke boy insider with that $5 super chat says, Doodle, PlayStation won't make a free-to-play game. If they do, then it does not require the PS Plus subscription to play. They want that money.
Obviously, that's the thing. That's they want PlayStation is not out here. Even things that should be free, they're not out here to do anything for free. They want this is not El Gratis.
Not El Gratis.
No, this is PlayStation.
100% PlayStation. Yeah, this is
They are in a tough situation though, and I think that they're gonna keep hitting walls. I don't see a smooth ride for them. And I think this is just gonna get them out of the game, man. Like at this point, if this is what you're gonna show up with, sit the hell down. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not bringing anything new to the table. You shouldn't be making games. It's not just wasting your money, it's also wasting our time.
Yeah. I just think it looks very scary for them because, I mean, you're talking about this game flopping, and I think Ghost of Yote will have marginal success, but you got this Days Gone game getting re-released. That's probably going to flop to an extent because people who already wanted to play the game already played it. And, you know, I just look at everything that's coming out. I just don't know who's going to partake in these games because if it's not the big AAA, I think the only game that has a chance of being like the big AAA game that PlayStation fans expect is that Soros game that they showed us. It looks like it has a little bit of potential, but
are you talking about the follow-up to that shooting shit?
That Returnal.
Yeah. The problem is that it's a cutscene they showed us, and the cutscene they showed us for Returnal also looked grand. The problem is then when you see the game Returnal, it's just the same games they make. Just
you know, 3D. they like that them QTE event type games, and
it was they sold 500,000 copies of Returnal.
Yeah, because Returnal was dumb as shit for the way that they released that game.
Returnal gonna make next another dumbass shit game in a different setting.
It made absolutely no sense that they didn't have any type of save feature somewhere in the biome. Like you had to clear every biome before you could play a different game, basically. Like
you couldn't even quit out the thing until they did the update where you can do the quit and save, but it still can only just you could just quit, save, and then start back where you were the next time you play.
Stuff like that's why the game didn't sell. Like my friend calls me and says, "Hey, you want to play 2K or whatever? You know, whatever game we play together." No, I'm still trapped in this biome and fucking Returnal.
Fuck that. It's look, at the end of the day, that game, until we see what it is more than likely going to just be what these people do. That team, all they do is these fucking bullet hell games, right?
Yeah.
Fucking over the top, 3/4, now full all the way. That's been their trajectory, right? Like that's what it is. So if they are doing something completely different than that, interesting, but at the same time, they like what is that even going to be, and would it be good? They don't know how to do anything else, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they haven't done anything else.
That's the whole point. Sony's in a real tough place with their games right now. Nobody wants to see a third God of War at the moment, unless it's something totally different. You're not getting Last of Us 3. I don't think Spider-Man 3 would resonate well at the moment.
They would have to do. This is the problem with the games that you already know, like God of War and Spider-Man. You can't do a third game in the same engine.
Yeah.
Like you already milked the engine, which means
done that. Yeah,
the next God of War is going to have to do a rebuild. You're going to have to push it to the next level. Now that may equal an amazing looking game 5 years from now, but it's not going to help them today.
Now.
Right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Spider-Man. You're not going to get away with just doing another fucking Spider-Man that looks the same, right? Even though they're like, well, we can't make another Spider-Man in the same engine, but that Wolverine, we'll go ahead and lace him up in that engine.
Yeah, that didn't look good. So it's just
no.
I really feel like they're in a tough place right now with their first party. They're going to make their money off of their store and all the third-party games and the DLC and the microtransactions. But first party just seems to be in hell right now.
Facts. You have the homie Jean-Marc Luis with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says Phil drops COD beta right before Marathon.
Yep.
Petty.
That actually makes sense. That's around the time that they do the COD beta. That makes sense.
Doodle,
100%.
Right. See,
I agree.
Sometimes I need to go through a whole circle to get to just where you were right from the beginning. So
it takes a long time to travel from one end of the forehead to the other.
Wow.
Especially by foot.
It aired me out a little bit. I couldn't even say wow fast enough. That's fucked up. That's real fucked up. God damn. See? Chat, panel, all betrayal. Betrayers, whatever. You understand. All right. You understand. Oh my God. Okay.
That's long distance right there.
That was real cold. That's real fucked up. Look at them adding on. Wow.
Did they start yet?
Oh man.
Somebody was pilloried. Fucked up. God damn. All right. We can slow down with the abuse a little bit. Okay. Any more on this shit show before we swap our focus to some way more exciting shit?
Let's talk about their developer.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Well, shout out to El Vampiro Borracho.
Yeah, I told him I had it and then didn't even go to it. Hold on. My bad. All right. So
he didn't make his way back around Pharaoh. That's why.
God damn, that's fucked up. See, y'all cold. Y'all real. Here it is. PC Gamer. Arc Raid. Wait, what the fuck? Nope, it's not that one. I lied. Here it goes. My bad. I was in the wrong spot. PC Gamer. Former Concord dev says it was gut-wrenching to see our project fail, but urges players not to judge Marathon too soon.
Come on. You still
Come on,
you know what this leads me to believe? That they believe that Concord was judged too soon. No, it wasn't.
Look,
and this is worse than Concord.
It wasn't judged soon enough.
Come on, man. Exactly. The fact that they put it out there, it wasn't judged soon enough, or with the hammer that it needed to be judged.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you put the product out there for us to give our thoughts.
Exactly.
Like just because it wasn't the reception that you would like, you can't say that we're judging it too soon. Because
if we said that it looked amazing, they wouldn't be like, whoa, slow down.
No,
slow down. Don't tell me it's good yet. Wait till later. No, you just didn't get the result you wanted.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Fuck out of here.